Oh, whoa. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Knew I forgot something. Always forgetting something. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Baby, let me bring that. There we go. Wow. Dude, that is, man, I got a new mixer in the house. It's working well with the Rodecaster Pro. We're rocking 107,000. We just hit 108K for Bitcoin, ripping to the upside. I'm excited. You should be too. Let's get that music back up and running. I got the mixer now. Oh, man. Run the levels up with my fingers. This doesn't get better. I just sold 107,750 after being in all night and the day before for massive gains. I hope you make massive gains as well. It pays the trader. It's all about paying the trader. I'm out of all trades right now. As I saw ripping, I was like, oh, man, what if you go to 109 and I'm not in? And now they're liquidating the shorts as we speak. Let's kind of take a look at what's happening. I can see it. Can you see it? Right now you can. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being awesome and amazing. We love you all. We thank you so much for being here and kicking it with the lifer. So, brand new computer today. It is ripping. Look how it's using BOOKMAP. Just ripping. I updated BOOKMAP to every new little tip and trick that they use. Look how fast this thing is running. I'm getting ticks on the 50 ticks, and this computer is eating it alive, man. The RAM on this thing is awesome. Shout out to everybody here. So, BOOKMAP. Doing numbers. It says we're going 108,009. We will go to 109,000 later on today. That's what it says. We just got to find our way in. We got to find our way in. We can. We will. We are the best. So we will find our way in. I know we will. Put myself back there in the center. Okay. So, we made money in the trading group. You paid $99. I gave you a perfect trade for Bitcoin. It made massive gains. I don't know what else I can do. I don't know how else I can show you how to pay the bills every single day, but through my tips, tricks, and strategies. Oh yeah, the music's on. Oh, no, I know what it is. I'm sorry. I got the music on the wrong spot. We're all set now. There was two settings. It was letting the music in through the speakers and through here, but now you should hear the music. Yeah, now it should be perfect. Sorry about that. Everything is ready to go. I apologize. It's a work in progress every single day here on the channel and every single day in life. Everything is a work in progress. You are yourself are a work in progress. You're always progressing and you're always working on yourself. 100%. All right. Can't hear you better. Yeah, I got it now. I got it all. No worries, man. It's all set now. Yeah. It should be good now. You guys are just a little behind. 30 seconds behind, I actually saw on the move. Yeah, it should be absolutely perfect now. What it was, let me show you, because in case you're ever... I like to teach you guys everything. See what it's doing? I'm going to click on this for a second. It's letting the audio there. It shouldn't be. You see? Right here is the only place, and then I can control this with the mixer and the audio. So both my sound... See, right now I'm sending the music and the mic through the same tracks, but I'm controlling it with the mixer. So like right now, no sound at all. Now I can bring this up with my finger and put it right where I want it. This is going to be awesome now for the rest of the time. It's going to be so legit. Blessings on blessings to everybody out here. Thank you for jumping on in. So Bitcoin, are we going higher or lower? Yeah. Jerome is speaking right now, just for your information. Yeah, he is testifying today. For sure. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in and hanging out. So look, we can go all the way up to 108,950. And we could rip to the upside. He says, Mike is still quiet. Are you not using OBS, Sam? Can you turn yourself over? Can you turn your mic up? Yeah, we'll add gain to the mic. You think the gain should be louder? The mic is pretty nice, but yeah, I see the level. So what I'll do is I'll add a gain to it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. How's that? That sounds absolutely lovely. I think that sounds almost too loud, but hey, if you guys think it's good, then it's good. I feel like that's almost too loud, but I do have my headphones up a little louder. That could be it too. New mixer, we're just, we'll get it right for you. Shout out to everybody here. Chris, you were perfect now. He said, same as yesterday, nothing. Can we have a week where there's no Jerome? I know, right? The retrace is going to destroy. Alt's going down. Sounds great to me. Rave Song Records. Yeah. Mic is fine. The mic is compressed. How dare you? I can't listen anymore. Yeah. Okay. moving forward. Shout out to everybody here. Dude, we've spent over $2,000 just on this mic setup right now. So for the travel setup. All right. God bless you all. Yeah, exactly. All right. Bitcoin. We just sold the top at 107,750. I did. I don't know what you sold, but if you held on and didn't sell, or if you don't know how to buy and sell, this bot will do it for you at Minotaur Trading. Go to Minotaur Trading and find out more. Minotaur Trading Systems. I'm going to put a little link there for you. It's amazing. And it's up to you whether you want to jump on in. I do have a link. Sean, could you post the link just so I could see it? And again, sell that rising wedge. Why did I make the sell? Because we were waiting for the 21-day moving average on Bitcoin. And it told me we were likely going to sell. So, yeah, I do work with a bot here. I get a beautiful commission if you buy the bot. And it trades for you. It's made me over 30%. Now, I haven't checked it in a few weeks, but it's probably maybe more now. About a month ago, it was up 30%. Look at this. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bit of bearish divergence. Price action was moving down RSI was moving down while price action was moving up. Learn your divergences. Know when you should be getting in and out of trades based on what the RSI and the price are doing. If they're not in conjunction with each other, you're likely not going to get the move, okay? If you're pumping all morning, pumping all night, right, and then Jerome starts to open his mouth, it is what it is. So just, take that into account every single day. What's happening, what day of the week it is, where the liquidity is flowing. These are the things you will never know unless you get in to a trading group and understand, or you just do this like I did for years. But the trading group will kind of accelerate you. You'll learn the stuff way faster. It's like learn Spanish on your own or go to a Spanish-speaking country and see what happens, right? So we may actually cover this Jerome Powell. I kind of want to see what he says. I kind of want to see what they're saying. It's crazy, right? The price dumps the second he opened his mouth. The price dumps the second the man opens his mouth. Pretty crazy, right? So anyway, I kind of want to watch the Fed meeting today, but you guys don't want to, right? I like reading it. I actually like hearing what he has to say, for whatever reason. I probably shouldn't, but I do, Let's see what he's saying right now. Oh, he's low too, huh? Yeah, hold on. Let me bring that music down. Bring him up.
Thank you. I've just got about 35 seconds left or so, but I did want to touch on one item that the chairman mentioned it, and I think it's important. I know that you didn't mention it in your opening statement, but would you talk a little bit about just exactly what's going on with your building when you have that type of an overrun on the prices and you're talking about billions of dollars in costs? I think it's appropriate for you to be able to explain to the committee exactly what's going on. Would you take a few minutes, please, and explain what's going on with the value of that building and why the costs seem to be so exorbitant?
I'd be glad to if I can have that time. So
please.
Thank you for the letter we received late yesterday.
I'm not going to watch
this.
We'll
provide a much more detailed response, but
no,
just generally,
I'm all set about a building, and yeah, it's going to affect the market. There's probably things he's going to say. They're going to swing and sway, but today I just want to be in the zone, with the charts. So let's break it down. Let's do our weekly analysis. Let's get that music back up and running. And yeah, I'm going to leave Jerome Powell alone for today. All right, just my trader instinct, my streamer instinct is to leave Jerome alone for the day. So anyway, again, if you made gains with us last night, sold that local top, I sold 107,750. I made my daily gains for the day. I'm super excited. Things went well. I already did my job from last night. We talked about it. Why? Because I trade. This is my signal. I gave you guys the signal yesterday, and I do it on every single time frame, no matter what. Right? And so right here, you can see that we clearly had a beautiful pattern. It was laid out exactly. It was above the 200 moving average, touching the 21. I do this on the 1 minute every day. I do this on the 5 minute, the 7 minute. I do it on the 3 minute. Heck, I do it on BitTX on a scalp. And so we did this again for Bitcoin. Why did we sell if we think it's going to go lower? The stochastics RSI started to curve down. That tells me that we could start getting a sideways now. If we're bullish, we're going to go more sideways. And this thing will continue to the upside. It is looking parabolic. We got a golden cross right there on the 1 minute time frame. You're above the 200 moving average. If you remember correctly, I projected this right shoulder before it happened. When we were here, I drew this right shoulder. It happened, they dolphin dipped it, they ripped it, and then we were able to take these moves to the upside on smaller scalps. Boom, boom, boom. We sold around here, and then and I said, I'm going to sell here. And then I said, now I'm going to wait for price action to project. We projected this flag before it happened. This is why my system is amazing. So my system is about projecting the flag before the flag even occurs. So if you go back in time, why do I sell? Well, the first thing I do is I wait for price to get away from the 21-day moving average. When I see that gap in that distance, I begin to project. If we're above the 200 moving average, I know that my signal is close. What is my signal? My signal is waiting 8 to 9, maybe 12, maybe even 15 hours for Bitcoin to go sideways and for the 21 to touch. When the 21 touches above the 200 moving average, I know there's a 90% chance of winning that trade. I backtested it for years now. It's the Sausalito. Like, it doesn't get better than it. I don't think there's a better signal in the game. Whenever I see someone trading, I feel bad for them because I'm like, man, they didn't see that. And they could have made boatloads of money doing that, but they did not. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Haven't taken a day off in 1,676 days. We continue to run the stream. I don't even know when. I mean, since February of 2021. It's insanity. So 4 years straight now, and counting, we've been running the stream. No days off. Not one. The least you could do is hit that like button, show up every single day, keep pushing with me, and get paid, baby. Let's go. Wow, this computer's so good it could even run the stream in the background. Dude, computers are way better than they were just 2 years ago. I am just amazed. So again, I project. This takes extreme patience, a lot of knowledge, because you know what's likely going to happen, so you're not going to get emotional. And look, this happens all the time. When the 21 touches, I know there's going to be a rip. Very likely. Now, we could have dumped. There's no guarantee. But we got it. We got the slow rippage, too. A slow rip is nice because a fast rip usually creates a fast dump. A nice slow move up. Now, let me show you something else that's very, very, very subtle that most people will never notice that I saw happening. How's the spacing here, too? I tried to make it a little bigger for you guys just so you could see it. And let me move this back into where it goes so the price stays right there. All right. I think my window's a little big. I think maybe tomorrow I'll shrink this window down a bit, the face cam window. Right now, I don't want to play games with it. Let me see. If I lock it, I should be able to shrink it, right? But no, or unlock it and shrink it. Yeah, I think that's a better spot for me right there, underneath that edge. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. I said I wasn't going to do it, then I do it. I just want to make sure everything's perfect for you while you're watching. Shout out to the super chat. Thank you so much. That's super nice of you. You didn't have to give, but you did. That will come back to you tenfold. Keep pushing. Keep believing in yourself. Keep telling yourself you can, you will, you are the best. And it's not about being conceited. It's about being your best self. When you live your best life, you can help others get out of their zone, get out of their darkness, get out of their hate, get out of their pain. They say, hey, that person was able to grind and live their life. I think I can too. So remember, when you live your best life, you help other people do the same. You free them from the shackles of their mind. Free others from the shackles of their mind. Push yourself every single day so other people can do the same. That's part of inspiration. Be good at what you do so other people will desire to achieve greatness and find themselves in such a beautiful place in life. Anyway, let's go back do our top-down analysis like we do. I'm looking right now, if I had to just tell you, it's looking like we're going to flag out here and likely continue further to the upside. It just might wait till tonight, 5 or 6 o'clock. We might have, 6 or 7 more hours of sideways price action, and then the parabola ready to rock to the upside. So it looks like we may get a chance here to cool off and then get back into a trade somewhere at 107,800, or 100,650, somewhere would be great. Now might be your most aggressive entry, but you may have to hold throughout the day. Don't get too crazy, if you don't get what you want immediately. So that's my first projection for you, to project this flag, wait for it to fill out, and get it in. Remember, we sold that local top at 108.8. So crazy last Monday. I'll never forget it. It was one of the greatest trades ever. We got in, boom, boom, boom. It boomed up all day. We sold the top. Then it made a shoulder, head and shoulder. We came down. Then this was a head and shoulder pattern, right? Came up, dumped. Then we had the bear flags. But then I said, project the right shoulder. And we projected this right shoulder. This is why not taking a day off is amazing. I can see all our actions in this pattern. We knew this head and shoulder was going to dump us. We saw this as a head and shoulder pattern too, right? That right shoulder took us down. Looked like a beautiful flag, but did not play out, right? Nasty. That was a nasty liquidation, for sure. But you can see how we keep trucking by not taking days off and not giving up. We're going to continue to find our way in this market. And we're going to find opportunity because we are the opportunity. We believe that we are the opportunity. If you have the opportunity, then it has to come to you. The universe has no other way to bend to your will. Don't you understand that? So tell the universe your will. It will bend. Make sure you're projected towards it. Make sure you got the discipline and the focus, and you will not lose. It's just impossible to lose. Like, have you ever seen someone that wants to win not win? No. Like, Tom Brady had the desire to win. He won a lot. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan had the desire to win. He won a lot. I see, singers, songwriters, people that want to make it, they win a lot. Why? Because they believe they're going to win. They say, I'm the opportunity. Once you're the opportunity, you have to be the opportunity. You understand? The universe bends to your will. The key is raise your standards. People's standards are way too low. The universe gives you whatever you believe you deserve. So if you think you only deserve this, then you only get that. That's it. You only be able to get what you truly deserve your worth. If you deserve your worth more, then you will get more in this life. 100%. Have no fear, have no stress. That's the fact. So look, the weekly looks beautiful. It can get all the way up to 140,000. I guess what, 883 here for Bitcoin. Can it get back above this key level too at 109,417? It very well may. Give it the bounce and then structure that thing back up to 140. We've been looking at 140,000 for a long time now. And look, they got us back above 104,463. That is the weekly support and resistance level that matters. 104.5 you can call if you want to just kind of, park it there. But it's really 104.463, I believe, is the exact number ingrained in my mind on that open, high, low, and close there. And I have that covered. I was like, I had it covered with this bar. I'm like, wait, where's my open, high, low, and close? So if you go here right there and you see where that weekly resistance was, it's at the open of the red candle, which is 104.463 and 99 cents. So 104.463. Bitcoin, as long as it closes weekly candles above 104.463, you're done. You don't got to stress. We did close this candle below, but we got right back above it this week with a bullish engulfing candle. This is a breakout to me. This is the trend line. I don't look at wicks. They don't matter to me. That is a breakout on the weekly. Weekly is breaking out. It is very close to an all-time high. It is so, the weekly candle was, let's see where this weekly candle closed. It closed at 109. So 109,000 is the last time a candle, that's the highest the candle ever closed. Yes, we may have went to 112 and all that fun stuff. What was the high of this candle? What was the actual high? 111,980 spot on Binance. So 111,980. In the futures, we definitely hit 112,000, but we didn't do it here. So, but yeah, we're like, you're $1,400 away from the highest candle close in the history of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's been ripping up $2 to $3 grand a day. So you don't think Bitcoin can easily get to the highest, and that will be a milestone for Bitcoin. It will be the highest weekly candle in the history of Bitcoin. We're very close to breaking history right now. Don't you understand? All right. I want to make that clear because we were seconds away from people thinking we were going into a bear market. I said, if this is a bear market, it could look like this. That's how the bear market could begin. I said, but I'm not, I said, you're in an uptrend. You got a low, you got a high, you got a low, you got a high, you got a higher low, higher high. You've been in an uptrend. Until Bitcoin breaks this trend line, I would never consider us in a bear market. Bitcoin's in an uptrend right now, clearly. Does it come back down to the trend line at 89,000? That could happen. But it looks more likely like it's going to hold these key levels, 93.9 and, 104K. So, and we'll stay up in here until we have to. If we break 104,000, then we can deal with all this down here. We can look at the levels so we know what they are. You know what I'm saying? So you look at the levels, you know what they are, you store them. And you don't really deal with that in your mind because you don't have to. See, trading, this is trading. Let me teach you a lot about trading and the mindset. So you got your mind. Your mind can only process so much information. The smarter you are, the more you can process. I get it. Or the quicker your brain is. Or you could actually train your brain to be quicker using neuroplasticity. If that's what you achieve, you could achieve that. If that's really what you're going for, you can get there. Read books faster, make assumptions quicker, make decisions faster. Have your mind working at an optimal rate. I suggest working out would help too in creating that endorphin connection. So look, we've got this beautiful brain, and the brain looks at the charts. All right. Now, if the brain spends so much time looking at what could be down here when we're already above a key level, you've wasted a portion of your brain in trading. Go to that section, hit your level, say, okay, I know if we lose this level, we come to here. I know if we lose that level, we come to here. And then compartmentalize that, package it up, put it over here. You don't need it right now in your prefrontal cortex. You don't need that in your basically optimal subconscious. You can store it in your background subconscious. You don't need it now. So the key is too many people are using all this information at once. And I see them. They're posting, they're talking, and their brains are full of all this. But all they need to know is what's happening right here because you're above the key level. You know that once you get down here, you have it stored. You can now start to access that information. But you don't need it. So the key about being a great trader is literally knowing when to compartmentalize parts of the trade and parts of the chart. And not over, analyzing things that don't have anything to do with the moment. See, this is how you get a better analyzation. And this is why certain channels are better than others. Because you'll watch another guy just sit there through TA, but he's not going to give you the specific TA that matters. He could be wasting your time because he's wasting his own time. He doesn't know it yet. He only has 4 to 5 years in TA experience. Even 8 years of TA is, you know. I've been doing this for a long time. So look, back above this key level, 109,139. We break that, we're golden. So the weekly looks good to me, right? It's resetting. It could bend here and come back to the upside. It is a little high, but it looks like it's ready for a move. It's also got a cup and handle, right? Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. We got the cup and handle here for Bitcoin. Measured move takes you to 139,000, 140K. That's a cup and handle if I've ever seen one. You can also call it a rising wedge. Rising wedges break out parabolically. It would go the length of the base here. That would be the breakout. That rising wedge tells me we can see $167,000 Bitcoin by September 15th. All right. And if you mill it out a little bit, fine. Maybe by the latest by October 6th. But this says that more money could be flying into Bitcoin. So when I'm in Singapore, October 3rd to the 6th, this thing is going to be ripping to $168,000. What an experience that will be. Be in Singapore at over $150,000 Bitcoin. That's going to be the time to be alive. So I'm showing you signs of life here for Bitcoin. It was all about 104.4. When we got below 104.4, I had to say we're going to 102, 98.5. I'm a support and resistance guy. We close candles back above key levels, then we're ready to go. Bitcoin pumping from 107.5 back to 107.745. And yes, we're not just analyzing here. We may get into a live trade in front of you. Just so you know, just keep your pants on. All right? We're ready to rock. So look, the 5-day chart in the bull flag too as well looks ready to rock to the upside. So things are really starting to brew here for Bitcoin. Massive wick buy-in right there off of the 98,000. Anyone who didn't get it below 100K, when it went below 100K, the whole world snatched it up. Like they didn't let it sit below 100K for more than an hour or two at the most, maybe even less. That was a key level to grab up. And you guys saw me buy so much Bitcoin. I did it. I had to do it. And again, what if it went lower and everyone called me a fool? It could have happened, right? It could have happened. Why did I do it anyway then if I didn't know what was going to happen? Because I was open-minded to believe that every time I buy the fear, it works out for me. Every single time I buy the fear, somehow, some way, it ends up working out. So I always buy fear. Whenever I see a massive red day, whenever I hear about war, all this horror, whenever it looks like it's absolutely horrible, I buy more. I just continuously buy more BTC. All right? Over and over and over again, no matter what. It doesn't matter. Because that's how I was able to make it to the top. Wow, $206 of chat revenue. We got to take a look at the super chats. I didn't know where they came from. $200 in super chats already. That's insane. The fear and greed at 66. That thing could go high. I wish it was lower. It bounced off that 50 neutral. Last week was at 52. That's all we got. We didn't even get heavy fear. And you thought we would have. So anything is possible. But that fear and greed at 66, unbelievable. The NASDAQ trade at 22,005, ripping to the upside too. We're going to talk about the NASDAQ, what I see happening. So Bitcoin's ripping right now. The 3-day chart, and we talked about this 3-day chart. We talked about getting into the trade even before this green candle yesterday right there with a stop below here, and you're in the money now on the 3-day trade. I gave it to you guys. I talked about it. I went over it. The bigger time frames produce the most amount of money, and you don't have to stare at the small time frames. I know you're talking to a guy that scalps the 1 minute every day, but while I'm scalping the 1 minute, I got long-term trades open. I'm long-term buying Bitcoin in the long term. I've never sold Bitcoin since the day I bought it. I bought Bitcoin at $1,000, right? I've never sold it. It's up 107x on my buys. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to tell you conviction in what you believe in. Don't let anyone pull what you believe in out of your cold, dead hands. It's mine, baby. You'll never take it. I got this. It's my Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm convinced and convicted in what I believe in. And that has helped me as a trader in so many ways, because when everyone else is fickle with fear, I keep doing the exact same thing no matter what. I stay consistent. You got to learn how to stay consistent. You got to learn discipline. If you're young out there, a young man, you're in your 20s, you got to learn your discipline. Start something that teaches you discipline right away. A workout is the best way because it's just you and the workout. There's no one in between it. There's no one that can stop that. You're ready to rock. I see this as a bull flag, basically ready to pounce. It even looks like a double bottom to me that could break out to the upside as well. And that thing wants to push further to the upside. So I see a pump for Bitcoin. I really do. And the daily stochastic suggests that there's more to go. So I don't know. You tell me, but I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin on the daily. 10 hour looks good. 20 hour, they're both getting a little high, but they look good to me. We might end up making a right shoulder. We might get a little overcooked here and make a right shoulder before the bigger pump. I can see something like that brew. Just try to get those last late longs before they pump the price to the upside, right? 8 hour looks good to me. It broke out of the falling wedge right here. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. It bounced off the 200 moving average. Once it got above the 200, we were gone. I talked about the 8 hour. I went over this. I said, we get back above that, we're going to rip. And we did exactly that. Okay. The 4 hour time frame, which is in this little flag too. And it broke out exactly like it was supposed to. And that brings us back to the 2 hour and then to the 1 hour. And you can see why I got into the trade. Like, it all makes sense. It's my signal right there. I'd front run to the golden cross. I could see the golden cross was coming, so I front ran it. You see what I'm saying? Like, right there, I know I could see the 50 coming for the 200 moving average. That tells me they're going to cross and we're going to end up somewhere up here. You don't have to know what's going to happen. See, this preemptive cross tells me price is going to be up here. 90% of the time. That's not even an indicator. I'm not using an indicator. I'm not waiting for a signal. I'm using my subconscious mind that has seen this thousands of times before and knows exactly what's likely going to happen based off process. The more times you give yourself the information, the better off you're going to be. Everyone wants a shortcut. I didn't take the shortcut. I took the long way home. Okay? I sat on the charts for hours a day. I loved it. I didn't care what else I was missing out on. I knew there was other things going on in life, but I stayed in the charts. Now I have almost anything I've ever dreamed of because I stayed disciplined in the charts. This flag played out exactly like I was supposed to, and I was able to give this publicly to the world. Anyone who joined my trading group was able to see exactly how to make money today. I was able to teach them because it took me years to harness this information. You can do this too, but you got to want it more than everybody else. You got to want to be disciplined more than everybody else. You got to want to, I wake up every single day, 6, 7 in the morning, no matter what, 7 days a week, ready to rock. I'm sure a lot of you do too. We got amazing lifers here on the group. So God bless you all, and thank you so much for being here. Again, I want to pray for peace every single day here on the channel. Dear Lord, thank you. Let's hope this can continue. Let's hope that these two countries realize that their egos and their pain and all the stuff that has happened just isn't big enough for the rest of the world to suffer. We don't all have to suffer because they need to shell each other to smithereens. Like, it's not okay. And so whatever is going on either side, and again, I have compassion for anyone that's hurt, any human being that gets hurt. I do. I don't want to get too into it because you say one thing and you get polarized immediately. So I'm not going to let any one of you pigeonhole me. But I am going to say I'm not cool with loss of life in any shape or form, on any way, in any place, to anybody. And we got to be high-frequency individuals to care more about the bigger picture than the smaller picture. So, dear Lord, thank you for the peace. Let peace continue. And let the human race really see what we're here for on a major scale. And it's definitely not to kill each other. I definitely know that's not our purpose. So Bitcoin, overbought on the 1 hour time frame, but the 21-day moving average is nicely connected to price action. This tells me that we don't have to stress. That if the stochastics can reset, we can hang out with the 21, possibly make another flag and continue to the upside. So basically I'm kind of right where I was before. I just wanted to make sure. That's why I do my top-down analysis. The top-down analysis really gives you what you need. It really kind of settles you. Shows you what's happening. So let's take a look here. Bitcoin on the top-down analysis, you can see starting to kind of make this beautiful flag. And so this is what I'm looking for. Now could there be some bearish div? No, that swings up. Well, that swings up. So far, so good. I just want to see the RSI kind of reset low as price resets low. Could it dump quickly? It could. I would watch. That's why I would watch it. And you don't have to stare at this. You could even set alerts. And when the alert goes off, it'll let you know. Price action could bounce pretty far too. Let's take a look at that measured move. It's this wick all the way to about that wick there. That gives me about $111,500 Bitcoin, which is basically the all-time high yet again, or right below it, but very close. So literally by tomorrow night, Bitcoin could be at a new all-time high, absolutely ripping to the upside, doing absolute damage. So again, let me take a look at these super chats. Thank you so much for the love. $200. Unbelievable. How did I know it was you, Jason? Thoughts on liquidity grab at 104.6 before moon. Thoughts on liquidity grab at 104.6 before moon. Shout out to Jason Casper. And I had a feeling it was you. I don't know why. I had a feeling it was you. God bless you, Jason Casper. Thank you for jumping on into the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. I was thinking about you yesterday because I bought a property, about a half an acre of land, and I've been working the land. You know, I've been digging, I've been making holes, I've been just completely dirty. And I was like, Jason would appreciate me right now digging, you know, we've got a little garden going. And I was thinking about you, man. So God bless you, brother. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. And it's not easy, too. I always check your channel and my channel when my views are down. And I see both our views are down. It's just Google, right? So it always makes me feel good that it just is what it is. And we keep streaming no matter what, man. And we just keep streaming no matter what. God bless everybody here on the live. No matter what happens, we keep pushing every single day. No days off for the people that want to be at the top, all right? The Jasons of the world, man. Guy's grinding every day, bro. He's got the vest on, sweating. Actually, you know, Jason, is this okay? This is going to make you laugh, I think. Where did this picture go? In my documents. I got a brand new computer. Like yesterday, I watched you. I hadn't watched you in a long time, I'll have to be honest. I don't have a lot of time. But my view, you know, I wanted to see kind of the overall look on YouTube and see kind of how all our streamers were looking. So I took a look, right, at your channel, and you were doing something so funny, man. Hold up. I gotta, if I could find, oh, I can't find it now. I think maybe I took it on my other computer, right? I think I did. But it's when you did this like look, and you were like, and then you zoomed into the camera. It's so funny, man. Trump's speech now, but brilliant. Watch it back later, boys. Oh, wow. So Trump is speaking right now. Awesome. Gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. Much love, Sam. Can't send super chats. That happens to me on other people's channels. I have no idea what's happening and why. So Bitcoin. I'm watching the 1 hour time frame, and I could be wrong. Maybe it rips anyway. So we're going to watch the smaller time frames, but I'm more bullish than bearish right now for Bitcoin, period. And I'm happy that I bought all that Bitcoin at the low. I'd even watch the 33-minute time frame, the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, I'd be watching maybe even the 15. Days like today, the 15 can really be an amazing mover. Jason said, shots to 104.6. Unlikely, Jason, and I'll tell you why. The 200 moving average is strong, okay? Very strong. The 21 is now above 103. And you know what? The 4 hour will have to come back to the 21, all right? At one point, they're going to have to meet. And if we kind of go sideways, then we pump up again. I could see the 20. It's all about the 21 moving average. 21 will be here. We'll pump again. We'll probably have to dump. I really don't see us going to 104.6 again. Personally. Again, I don't know. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. They could stop hunt some of these flags out. Where's 104.6 again, right? It's above the 200 moving average of the 1 hour, so we could definitely hit it, you know? I just, I don't know. I don't do that whole, like, it's going to go here or there. I don't do that. It's kind of not part of my trading style, you know? I just look at the charts, man. Yeah. You kind of speculate a little more on the fibs and where it's going to drop to. I just know when it's going to drop there, when it's about to do a base of the moving average, right? You know? So I speculate on like the divergences and stuff, but I'm more supporter. I don't know. We trade basically the same in some ways. Once you're really been trading for over 12 years, like your trading style will mesh with anyone who knows what they're doing, man. So the 30-second, I see this resetting on the stochastics RSI, and I just want to see my stochastics reset. See, I'm a stochastics RSI guy. I want to see the stochastics reset while we go sideways. I don't really care about price action. I care about how it looks when I get into the price. See, I want to see it. Now, we already made our I already sold 107.750 today from my low. I got in right here, 105.3, and sold up there. So I did great. I'm super excited. Last 2 days, I've hit my daily goals and nailed it. Had to buy a $1,200 Weber grill today, literally, but it was a nice grill. So hey, so I had to make $1,200 trading today to pay for the grill, and I did that. Exciting. Hey, beautiful people, beautiful people. I feel like we should get everybody on stream one day. You know, everybody, all of us, right? No grabby, what does that mean? So much liquidity below us, Lifer. What? No, I don't see liquidity below us. Yeah, you must not be able to read liquidity properly. All the stop losses are here, 108,009, 109K. BOOKMAP suggests we are going to 109,000. BOOKMAP's about 90% accurate when it has red above you. So BOOKMAP says we are likely going further to the upside. That's what I'm seeing. Dear Lord, thank you for the 1,459 beautiful souls here on the live. I'm so blessed that I have that many people here. What a blessing. This channel is blowing up. I'm so excited. Please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel on our way to 100,000 subscribers. And it's like, is it ever going to happen? Feel like I work so hard, but you guys help me, but I can't do it alone. Each and every one of you, hit the like button. Sending super chats in. I appreciate that. 420 on the likes. Let's get the likes all the way up to the watchers. We got 1,454 people here. If I was watching you, I'd hit that like button to support you, especially if I knew you never took a day off for 1,600 days. I'd be pretty amazed by you, actually. Will you look at link on the micro? I understand alts are not going to rip until Bitcoin dominance drops. God bless you, Sam. Moonshine. So, we're watching Bitcoin sideways on the 30-second chart. Could we get a nasty dump? Anything could happen, folks. All right? But I'm not bearish unless, let's just say, the 15-minute loses the 200 moving average. That would be the first thing that would happen. So boom, 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 the 15-minute would close the candle below. So if we go to Jason's 104.6 area that he's talking about, we'd have to lose the 15-minute 200-day first. See, and then once we lose that, I'll start to call bearishness. So I don't really have to speculate 104.6 because I know once we lose the 200 on the 15, that's how we'll go to 104.6. Until then, we just will not go to 104.6. Liquidating the shorts right now as we speak. Shorts getting liquidated as we speak. So just people are still think price is going lower. They're really not they're not connected to price action. They're not doing this every day. If you do this even 5 days a week and you skip 2 days, I'm going to be on you. You're going to miss things that I see. And I'm going to be able to outtrade you. It's about consistency. The most consistent trader knows more about the market, and the more data I have, the more I can run circles around you. That's why I don't take days off, because I love having my edge, and my edge comes from my consistency. Once I lose consistency, I lose my edge, and I learned that. Simplicity, right? All I have to do is wait and show up every day. Keep myself situated, work out, stay healthy, and everything will fall into place. It's the same for you. I want the same for you. I want you to travel the world, make thousands of dollars, have a life that you always dreamed of. I would love that for you. That's why I'm here every single day, because the more people that are happy and make it happen, the better off it is. I'm 234 days in Watch It Life or without a day off. That's unbelievable. God bless you. I bet your life has changed. I guarantee your life has changed in a positive way. We speak positivity, energy, frequency, and light here every single day. Yeah, I had a breakdown yesterday. I miss my dad, man. I'm a human being. You know what I mean? I'm a human being. And it happens, right? Hey, Jason, you ever break down on the stream? I don't think so. I think you've always been perfect. But you ever had a breakdown or just something happened and you ever just like do something you wish you didn't do on stream and then you had to think about it for days later? Ever happen to anybody here? Anybody stream in front of 1,500 people every day? Sam, opinion on the falling wedge on the USDT dominance. Yeah, bro, I truly think we're going lower. I love it. He said he thinks. Yeah. Will you look at link on the micro? We'll take a look at link on the micro. And you're the best, Sam. Please check PONKE. Okay. My super chat got missed. We did not miss a super chat. Yeah, we go through all the super chats thoroughly. Sometimes towards the end of the stream. Yeah, the super chats don't control the show. Like, we don't go to them just when you send them. We go to them when we need to, but we timestamp them too. So if you have to leave, you can always come back later on and you'll see your super chat timestamped below the video. Okay? So nothing was missed. You're just new to the channel. When someone says the super chat was missed, we know they're new to this channel because we don't miss super chats like the other channels you've been to. We treat you like gold here. Every one of you. Shout out to John Connor. Volume check, Sammy. God bless you, John. Thank you. Please check the music volume. Thank you. You guys were telling me. Can BOOKMAP be trusted if market makers can spoof? You do what you want. Just show up every day. See, your question would have been answered if you showed up to my channel for the last 200 days. You would have seen that BOOKMAP was right about 180 of them. So you don't have to ask these questions if you're consistent. The consistency will teach you. Jason Casper asked about it 104.6. We answered that. Would you look at a link on the micro? I think alts are not going to rip until then. Moonshine. And you're the best, Sammy. God bless you. Yeah. So look, we got to every single super chat right there. And we called out Moonshine. Hildenyar, Jason Casper, Tundra, Sarp Tempor, and John Connor. God bless everybody here on the stream. Thank you for being here. All right. So Bitcoin should stay flat. The only way I would be bearish, and the first thing we'll do is we'll lose the 7-minute 200 moving average. Then we'll lose the 15. I've back tested all this. We'll really use the 1, then we'll lose the 5, then we'll lose the 7, then we'll lose the 15, then the 30, then the 1 minute. First of all, the 45 minute, then the 1 hour. It just, I got it all right here, man. I know. You're like, oh, here he goes again. But it is what it is. When you got it, you got it. So Bitcoin, we're watching this flag of the 7-minute. It could easily dump to the downside. I'm open-minded. I'm not in the long right now. I'm waiting for this to consolidate, preferably on the 1 hour or the 30-minute. So yeah, I'd be watching the 15 and I'd have the 15 open. I'd have the 1 hour open, maybe even the 7. And I have all three. I have it split. You can split this into 3 screens, right? Like something like Where's the best 3? This one's pretty cool. And you can have the 7, the 15, and the 1 hour. And I would just have them sitting, watching them all. You know, I could do it right now. I'll show you how we do that. You go to the 7 here. You go to the 15 here. You click on this. The only thing I don't like, it should be taking me to price action, right where price action is. All right, there we go. Then there's your 15. The only thing I don't love about it is it doesn't put this in the same profile mode. Like it should have the drawings, right? But it doesn't. It's a bit weird. And then I'd go to the 1 hour over here. And I'd have Bitcoin kind of on all these. Oh, see, now the 1 hour messed this up. So you double click on that, you move it over, and you got the charts are going to go to wherever they are. Understand? Yeah. If you know what I mean. So, like if I'm here on this chart, we're going to be here on that chart. So you go to the smallest time frame and click. That'll align them all to the right place. Understand? And so this is what I would do. I have this open, and I'd be watching the 7, the 15, and the 1 hour, kind of how they move in conjunction. This will teach you a lot, help you a lot, because this is how time frames move. Be able to see it in real time. So now we can duplicate this, right? And it doesn't remember any of that. You see, it just kind of goes right back to where we're at. You can also double click, I believe, one of them. And there you go. So now you can have 3 charts open at once. You can do this up to 8, right? You could have up to 8 different sections depending on how much you pay. 10 has like, whoa, 12? I just want to see how many sync layouts we have. I've never gone all the way. Just for 1 second, and we'll get back into the charts. 16 layouts. Several charts per tab. Your plan has 8 charts per tab, but our upgraded plans let you see 16 linked charts, perfectly synced, all in the same window. Ultimate Pro? I thought I have like the biggest upgrade. Premium, now you have Ultimate Pro? My goodness. Let's see, you could just go in right now. You can see everything you need. And I have 6 monitors. Now you're talking, 8, and that's 48 assets you could be watching at once. It's pretty crazy, right? Anyway, we're not going to do that today, but shout out to everybody here on the live. So, back to brass tacks in the process here, okay? It's funny, what chart was I on there? I can't see it now. Okay, so moving forward. So yeah, okay, I had to reset. I just reset and it grabbed it. I was wondering why I had the old setup. Yeah, because you just had to refresh the page and it will grab it from the new setup. So anyway, here we go. So remember, we're making massive money every day. We're making our live trades. I got a bot running, okay? I got real estate coming in too, so you got some rent. I'm telling you, man, create cash flow in your life. Work hard, dream of these things. They will all come to fruition. Every single day, there could be money coming in on a Saturday, on a Sunday. You don't have to go to work. Create money flow from money. That's what I really want to teach, man. And I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, but I know how to take money, grow it into more money, and then use it to grow it into more money. Trading is just a way of doing it, all right? Some people are good traders, but they're not really good with money. Isn't that interesting? Like, they can make the money trading, but once they go out into the real world, they just, oh my God. You got to learn how to actually use money to your advantage on top of trading. That's a whole nother learning lesson on top of your trading, because some people get rich trading and then they don't know what they're doing, right? Because they don't have they have never learned about money. Money is energy. Understanding the frequency and the energy is so important. Wow, shout out to the 1,575 beautiful souls here. I'm so super grateful for that. Like, that's a blessing on a weekday, on a Wednesday in the summertime. I got guys like Jason Casper watching me, man. God bless you, man. He's a legend. And he watches the stream, he asks me questions. That's just nuts to me. That guy don't need my information. He's the boss, man. So we could get all the way up here to 111,469. Nah, but he's super cool, man. Nice people in the space. I wish he could go out to more events, but he stays in, because I'd love to see him at Vegas and Singapore, all around the world, man. He'll do it. I know he'll start doing it. Because traveling the world with your trading is unbelievable. Like, being able to see the world because I was a trader, the Dubai trip was unbelievable, Jason. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life, man. So we're watching Bitcoin in the 15-minute. We want to see it make a flag and continue up. We could go to 111,600 by the end of day, by tomorrow. BOOKMAP also suggesting that everything is kind of where we want. All right. I got this on my other computer too. I was getting this on my other computer all the time. Funny. All right, moving forward. So if Bitcoin's going to rip, are there altcoins worth getting into? Are we trading altcoins? What's happening? Of course, I'm called Sammy Alts, man. I got alts for days. I love altcoins. I trade altcoins all day long. All right, we're going to look at what altcoins are hot and what are not. It's 11 a.m. Once we kind of figure out what Bitcoin's doing, we jump on into the altcoins, right? Flare, up 2% in the last 2 hours. Kai, K-I-A-I-A, K-A-I-A. I've been looking at Kai for a long time now, back and forth. You do see PaxG back in there. Not amazing. Gay token, Story, IP, DEX. Not a lot of crazy movement in the altcoins. Let's take a look at crypto bubbles, Banter bubbles. Didn't Banter steal the bubbles, though? It was crypto bubbles. And then Banter just sniped it, right? Like, did they just take the code and make their own? Like, anyway, they did a few things better than they did, right? So, interesting. Shout out to everybody here. So we are working with a new exchange that I met in Dubai. Let me see if I can get it up and running here. I believe it's in the description of the video. I just saw it there. It reminded me something here. So let me get that going. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that element. Bang. Appreciate that, brother. Always something. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, bang. Let me get this up for you guys. So the thing is, there's a lot of new exchanges. People are going to be using them. They're going to be doing their thing. And so if you use the exchange and you use my link, it's just going to hook you up, right? So why not jump on in? So if you go to Toolbit today, all right, we got a crypto lifer level up. Get 7,500 USD with Toolbit. All right, it's a welcome bonus. And actually, it was one of the best bonuses I've ever seen. Deposit 100, get 50 USDT bonus. Deposit 200, get 100 USDT bonus. 500, get 400 USDT bonus. And 1,000, get 1,000 futures bonus. Like, I've really never seen a match like that. 1,000 for 1,000. That's awesome. So why not do that and see if you can make 1,000 out of 1,000? Then you can use their money to make, you know what I mean? So why not go get a free $1,000 and see where it goes by using $1,000 of your own money? I just think it's like, it's a no-brainer. And you never know. But jump on into Tubit today if you want to. We have a link. Register to participate. Level up with the Crypto Lifer. All right? It's only going from 6/16 all the way to July 16th. So jump on in 1 month. We'll give you that access to Toolbit. All right? Bang, bang, bang. All right. So that's Toolbit. Link in the description to Toolbit if you want to jump on in. I've been playing around with it. There's a few things I like, things that I don't. It's not amazing, but it is pretty good. And honestly, just getting a bonus like that, because fine, you lose $1,000, it's their money. Then you can leave the exchange. You didn't make any money. Oh, well. You make that 1,000 into something. Now you got money that you use their money. Like the last trade I just gave. Could have planned out beautifully. And then you use their bonuses to make your gains. I mean, I think that's a great idea. It's basically like demo trading. Use their bonus. And just don't go through your money. And why not? So I think that's a good move right there for a beginner trader. Get that $1,000 bonus and see what you can do with it. And then if we keep going up with the volume, the future trading volume, we'll get more. So if we get up to 10,000, claim $10. If you get your volume up to 150 million, which I've done many times, you'll be able to claim $6,000, which is pretty awesome. So you get the $1,000 bonus and the 6,000. That's how you get the 7,000. And there must be an extra $50 out of there somewhere else as well. So that's where they get the 750. All right. Okay. We showed you how to do multiple charts today. Something we haven't shown in a long time. Oh, why did I do that? No. All right, word. I was like, no, I didn't think it was going to save the setup there. And again, be wary. I'm not in a trade right now. I just want to make that clear. No matter how long I say it looks good or how great it looks, I wait for price action to give me entries. I'm waiting for the 1 hour to show me the love. The 1 hour looks like it may be dropping down to the 200 moving average. This could be a rising wedge that could dump. We could get a pullback. Pull a fib here and see where your fib goes. That fib is 106,000, 106K now, right? Now that we've boomed up to 108,000, the pullback could be a little steeper, but not as deeper. Basically, one of two things is going to happen. We're going to dump harder here, come back to the 21, maybe make some other pattern. I just want to see the 1 hour consolidate for the next 5 to 6 hours. Again, I could say it till I'm blue in the face. Not much else I could talk about. And then altcoins are going to wait on that. They're not going to be sure what's happening there. We talked about this trade. Remember, I'm taking that money. I'm growing these accounts here on the NASDAQ. And I don't care, $150, $300 a day. It adds up. In 10 days, that's $3,000. Then you turn $2,000 into $5,000. See, everyone mocks at these small wins, but they don't realize small wins are how you create big accounts over time. Okay? I mean, this was a high at 22,561. We gave the call down there at 22,260. So that was when I entered the trade. You can see my stop loss is above break even now. I'm just riding this now. If this thing rips, I'm going to ride this thing all the way to Valhalla, baby. There's a chance it does. All right? And we continuously to grow the BTC.P. They've been around for 14 years, man. 14 years, one of the oldest exchanges in the game. So when you work with BTC.P, you're not working with these new upcoming exchanges. You're working with an exchange that's been around a long, long time. Like, that's no joke. 14 years? Name another exchange been around that long. I can't. Like 2 years after Bitcoin came out, they were there. BTC.P from day one, So shout out to Muck and the whole crew, man. We love you guys. God bless. And thank you for the connections. So Bitcoin. I suggested to sell when we were away for the 21 on the 1 hour. You could do what you want. My strategies are pretty awesome. They're great for day trading. They will teach you exactly when to get in, when to get out, like 90% of the time. They'll be very accurate. You'll be spot on. It'll be awesome. So, yeah. Shout out to Master Friend. How we doing, my friend? How's the new addition? He got a goat. He got a new goat, in his farm. And I just want to make sure he's happy with the goat. You know what I mean? I hope that new little goat is doing well, man. I just don't. I never know what people want people to know. So I always want to say things that I, in connection. So God bless you and the goats. Hope everything's going well out there in your life, my friend. All right. Moving forward, Bitcoin, 107,440. We sold the local top. We've been kind of messing around ever since. Makes sense. Beautiful pump happened for 20-hour pump. Look, it started 1900 on Monday. So I like what we're seeing. So for me, are there altcoins to DCA in? Is there a new altcoin coming out? There are some newer coins coming out that could do some interesting damage. So that's what I actually like. All right. Overview. But here I like to go to coins. I like to go to the trending coins and see what they got. Ooh, I like that. Layer 0 keeps trending for whatever reason. SWE, another one you want to watch out for. Hyperliquid. When the market rips again, Hyperliquid and SWE will be the first ones to get a rippage. SEI is coming up strong, up 73% in the last 7 days. People are buying the dip on SEI. I'm telling you, all my narratives that I believed in are correct. Like, remember when SWE pumped, Sol pumped, I knew SEI was the next one. We started loading up. We never got that confirmation. It's the first time things just didn't go perfectly, right? But once the market starts to recover, every single narrative that was about to go on that back then will just come right back and start ripping. Let me explain. We research SWE, we can see Solana, and we can see the fast-moving chains, and we understand what's happening. And then we see SEI looks a lot like them. It's the next in line, so we know it's going to pump. But then the altcoins get demolished. They don't go anywhere. The market goes flat. No one talks. 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Next thing you know, Ethereum hits 28, $3,000. It tickles $3,000. Oh my God, what does that do? DeFi rips again. People start getting into MakerDAO. People start getting to Arbitrum, Optimism. All of a sudden, the SWE, right? Meme coins start to rip. Now the SEI altcoins, even Sealer, which is an SEI altcoin, meme coin, was ripping yesterday. SEI Sailor, right? Michael Saylor, but Sealer, SEILOR. So, so what happens is, all that research we did a year ago doesn't go to zero, doesn't go away. The screen shares come back to the constant altcoin talk. I know it's been 8-9 months. If you've been in my group, you've been like, this guy went from being an altcoin trader to ripping leverage all day long. What happened to Sammy? I thought Sammy was an altcoin guy long term. I am. I still have $1 million in altcoins. I'm doing both now. I just added a new skill. And the old skill had to be put to the side because altcoins weren't worth it. I wasn't worth deep diving. It wasn't worth going through all the stuff that I go through, finding out what, all the intricate ins and outs of every blockchain and why it's going to propel. That wasn't going to pay us anymore. That research wasn't doing us so I pivoted. I pivoted to a place that would get us paid, which was trading leverage every single day. I got better and better at leverage. Remember, I started trading leverage just 3 years ago, the summer of 2022. I didn't trade leverage for 10 or 12 years of my life. I did trade, so I just took the trading style and started using it to leverage, but the emotions changed, things changed. So you got to pivot. I pivoted the whole entire trading group because I needed to find liquidity. There had to be movement. We had to make gains every day. I'm addicted to posting gains, and I got to post those gains. The altcoins aren't going to move. If they're going to be flat, if they're not going to give us, then we got to find ways to make those gains. And Bitcoin produced gain after gain after gain. Look at today. Look at the last few days. Bitcoin has been so fun to trade. I'll be honest, I've been more passionate about trading Bitcoin. It's been more interesting, more fun. I've got to know the asset even better than I have in my whole life, and I've got so intricate in my trading style. And I have evolved so much in the last 2 years through the leverage trading because I've seen so many setups now. I've had to pivot. I can tell you, I used to see a setup I knew was going to make tons of money, and I wouldn't trade it on leverage. And I'd trade it spot, and I'd make a little bit of money, or I'd buy my spot Bitcoin, and I'd make some money. And I'd say to my wife, man, I want to make 10 grand on that call off $1,000. I said, it never hit the stop. And for years, I watched calls that I made, and I never leverage trade them. And so finally, I said, man, I've made so many calls virtually in my mind. They've all played out. I said, I should start doing it a little by little. And I started with very small amounts of money, folks. I put $2,000 in my account, and I think I brought it down to like 15. Then I brought it down to 5, right? Then I brought it back up to 8. Then boom, boom, boom. And then like I was back to 2. Then I slowly started turning 2 to 5. And I remember I moved it up. It was hard with 2 grand, so I started using 5 grand. I used 5 to 7. And if you remember correctly, at the beginning, I was turning 5 grand to 7 grand consistently, even in the bear market. And then I would take the 2 grand, buy more Bitcoin, buy some altcoins. I did that like 10 or 20 times. I eventually now have a bunch of altcoins that are still sitting that I bought at the bear market that I got out of my leverage trading account. My leverage trading, see? So I leverage traded to buy altcoins on the low. Like there's times to do things too, like where the altcoins are low, but Bitcoin's giving you good leverage trades. What do you do then? Well, you leverage trade to stock up and what I love about this idea is I always do better in my trades when I have a plan for my trades. Like, what am I going to do with the money that I'm going to make on this trade? And I knew exactly what I was going to do with my winnings of Bitcoin. I was going to move them into altcoins. So like, it helped me take profits immediately. I'd be at 500. I'd be like, well, that's more of that altcoin that I really want. I'd sell. See, having the desire for something else helps you close the trade when you need it because you have the liquidity, right? And you need this in your mind. You need this movement. You need this connection. Very important. No one talks about this. I don't see anyone else go over this stuff in trading. They go over the minds. They go over like mindset, but they just gloss over like fear and greed. When this, you know what I mean? They don't really talk about the intricacies of the mind while you're trading. All the different things you have to watch. All the different things you have to like connect. And it always connects to your emotions and how you feel about yourself that day. You wake up feeling really down, not feeling great. You think you're gonna have a great day trading? I mean, you may, but you're gonna have to work out that rut first. Anyway, I didn't want to take you too far on a tangent, but everything I teach you is the holistic approach to trading. Everything I teach you connects to the bigger picture of trading and is going to help you. This is all I do for a living, is trade every single day. I made it this far, okay? I've somehow made it this far. Most people don't get this far. The guys like me, Jason, all the people you've seen that have made it to 100,000, like people don't get this far, man. God has blessed us. There's something we've done to make it this far. Success is not an accident. It's discipline and focus. Everyone you see that's successful has a lot of discipline and focus, does not let everything else in their life take over. They're able to maintain their focus. They're like a ship that's going towards right towards the trajectory, going towards that goal, going towards the destination, not going off course. Staying on course is so important. Even yesterday when I was off course for a second. I missed my dad. I got emotional. It's okay. I pay for that. Some people will leave and never come back. That's on me. I have to own that now for the rest of my trading life, my streaming life. It is what it is. It hurts too. I'm like, man, someone I could have taught, could have helped. Probably went a different way because of one thing I do. Imagine the thoughts I would have if I overanalyzed everything. I wouldn't be able to breathe, everybody. I wouldn't, he did this because of that. How many people think, everyone's watching me. I lost my trade last week. Now they think I saw, it's like, man, that's why streaming is very hard. Most people couldn't handle the mental back and forth being on the spotlight all the time. It's not easy, everyone. Not at all. I don't even know how I do it, honestly, some days. Some days I barely wake up. I've had no sleep. I'm like, how do I even show up today? I can barely get my thoughts together. But I pray to God. I say thank you. And somehow, some way, man, I make it through. And you will too, everybody. God believes in you. You've got this. You've got this. You can, you will. You are the best. I love you. Remember that. Love is the strongest frequency. When you live in love, you cannot be denied. The more people you love, the more people love you, man. Mango Network, 28. Definitely something we want to take a look at. What is the Mango Network? Newton, a new coin, $102 million market cap, right? Layer Zero, Spark Chain. These are things I'm doing when I'm not streaming. I'm sitting here researching these coins for you, connecting the dots to token metrics, finding out if there's something worth going, right? Thank you for being for the 57 liker. Wow, we have a lot of likes today. God bless you all. One facet of my success is coming to the channel every day. Thank you, Sammy. You grow, I grow, baby. That's exactly what it is. And help me get to 99,000 subscribers and counting, everybody. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. It's crazy trading and streaming. Gifted, it takes focus or being on the spectrum. Maybe. If you can't handle you doing that, do you really think they can handle the trading mentality? LOL. I can handle it. I didn't say I couldn't handle it. I never said I couldn't handle it, Cryptic Richie. Crypto Richie, oh yeah. I watch you for the charts and for the motivation. You're doing great. Thank you. Remember when you pivoted to leverage, and wow, it's been 3 years. Thanks for your consistency. 100%. I watch you for the charts and the motivation. Thank you. So, Humanity Protocol. I think we should write these down to research later on. And, add that to the group. Sean, can you write this down? Sahara AI, Spark Chain, Mat Chain, Humanity Protocol, Namada. If you could write those down, Sean, for me, Namada, Humanity, Sahara AI, Mango Network, Spark Chain. I'd like to research them. I want to know what's happening here. DeLorean. Like, what is DeLorean? Being curious has made me a lot of money, I'll tell you that. DeLorean Labs is hyper-focused on innovative Web3 technologies and all things digital. A fusion between an iconic past and a limitless future. DeLorean Labs aims to revolutionize the automotive industry by building an engaged community through its tokenized ecosystem, including digital and physical collectibles. Powered by the SWFTC blockchain, DeLorean will create the industry's first on-chain vehicle reservation marketplace and analytics system through Flux Protocol, designed to provide consumers with a seamless and transparent ecosystem where cars can be digitally purchased, traded, and authenticated and tracked like never before. I mean, that sounds awesome. I hope they can do it. Right now, it's kind of what they want to, right? Best Wallet, no KYC, crypto wallet with free airdrop in pre-sale now. Funny. DeLorean Labs, it's down at the bottom, doesn't look good at all. And again, I'm not going to say I'm jumping. I just like to research, see what's happening, see what's in the market, see if there's opportunity out here every day. Crypto.com reached out to me. Should I work with them? They seem like a reputable company. So Bitcoin slumping. Remember, we're not in a trade right now. We sold already the local top. Now we're waiting for the next great entry because we're just too far for the 21 on the 1 hour time frame, and I don't run in on that. Also, I already paid myself for the day. Do I need to keep trading? No, I don't. Trading day is over. We made our money today. Like if you're in my group, we got in last night, we sold this morning, we called it a day. You could even got in again this morning and sold again. Right? Chainlink. Someone asked Chainlink on the micro, which I gotta look at the macro to see the micro. Altcoins are funny right now. Their market structure is a bit absurd. It's not clean. All I can say is the uptrends are still intact, and we should be bouncing off the trend line at one point. I know that's not the greatest thing since, that you want to hear, but it is what it is. We could also almost say this is a breakout. It's kind of retesting. You see? A bit of a cup with a handle there too. For me, it's just like Bitcoin's going to have to rip, then go sideways and let the altcoins pump in the next 2-3 weeks. If not, that could be a shoulder, a head, or right shoulder. But the thing about that is if it hit the measured move, it's basically a -4, -3. And whenever the measured move's a negative, it doesn't make sense, right? Right? I'm long, he says, should I got out? I don't know. You got to tell yourself that. I would never tell you when to buy or sell something. I'll tell you when I'm getting in, and I'll show you the highest probability setups based on technical analysis. But I will never tell you what to buy and sell, and I'll never tell you when to get in or out. I'll say, hey, I'm getting out right now. I suggest you do too based on probability, but I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not taking control of your portfolio. I'm a teacher. You're a student. I'll never ask you for funds. I'm never starting a fund. I'm never doing anything like that. If anyone does anything, if anyone ever DMs you, it's not me. I don't DM people. Someone DMs you saying they're starting a fund, saying they're doing something, even if it's my voice and it sounds like me. The next time you're with an AI and he's me, say, can you please do your Peter Griffin impersonation? He's going to have no idea what you're saying, and that's how you know it's not me. So if you're ever talking, because they're going to have AI voice now soon, duping people. And so if you think you're talking to me, say, do the Peter Griffin impersonation. And I'm like, hey, Lois, I think I'll go to bed. Hey, Chris, go to your room. My name's Peter Griffin. That's right, I'm from Quahog. And I do it because I was a Boston accent. And they talk like that in Providence, Rhode Island. So that's why I talk just like Peter. And I can nail it because I know exactly how we talk here in the Northeast. But God bless everybody, man. Today will be the day we join your trading group. Come on in. Wraith, Garuda, I love you, man. I never stop. It's only your loss if you don't show up. I'm here every day getting it in. The problem is every time Bitcoin pumps and goes sideways, it has just been sucking liquidity from the alts instead of allowing it to pump. Since about March of 2023, this has been the case. Except for the perfect alts. Yeah. Watch out for voice clone phishing, 100%. Ask the voice clone if they can do the Peter Griffin voice. If they can't, it's not me. Now we're cooked. The AI is logging that as we speak. I know, right? He's like, if they end up doing the Peter Griffin voice as good as me, then we are cooked. Then we're cooked. All right. I don't know what to do then. Possible bit of a double bottom for Chainlink. Headed back up to 20. I have Chainlink. I personally bought it below 13. And I'd like to see it bounce. Again, this structure is very awkward, very strange. I just got to use fundamentals like trendline. But that doesn't look amazing to me at all. Now, God bless you from South Africa. Thank you. God bless you too. Shout out to all the awesome people here on the live. Bitcoin is eating the big longs. Yep. If you went long too late, you could get obliterated. And now they're squeezing the longs. You can see these are short liquidations now. I mean long liquidations. They're liquidating the longs here. All right. Look how nice. I don't know if you guys notice how nice Bookmap's running here on this computer. Seamless. With granularity at very small rates. 50 bucks. You could change this to $100. The tick size, the tick size. Basically, do you want it to be to buy the 100 or buy the 50? Virtual, what's going on? I mean, it's getting sold off because it just doesn't have the look, but it's creating a good price action, in my humble opinion. So, look, Coachy Coker asked about, he's got PONKE and Virtual as the super chats. And we sold that local top for Bitcoin. You can see that it was likely coming down. That was a nice pump to the upside. I'm happy we took advantage of it on the trades and moved those stop losses into break even. Again, when it went to 108, I got that emotion for a second, like it could go higher. And my mind had to be like, be thankful for what you do have, Sam. You made a good trade. MoveOn.com, baby. And now look where we're at. I would have been down more. So I'm super excited that I lived in gratitude, took those profits, and moved on from there. There's the only other way to survive, my friends. It's the only other way to survive. And it's not all bad. We could easily bounce and get sideways. That's why I really would watch the 1 hour. You want to see the 1 hour hold above 106.200, maybe even in that little 106.5. As long as it flags out, if this stochastics resets to the 1 hour time frame, which is a nice dump without a lot of loss, but if this could reset and we can go, there's a good chance that we'll pump. So like the stochastics and price will tell me what to do in about 4 hours. Will tell me exactly what to do, and I'll be able to read it right. I know that with 90% accuracy, I will be able to read it right because that's what I've been doing for years. I'm not being pompous. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not going to be right every time. Of course, I'm going to make mistakes, and of course, I'm going to take a hit. I'm not going to be 100%. I wish I could be. The bot is, but I can't be. Mario, if you're listening, I need help from Mindy. I'll text her later today, but it's kind of serious what I need. Only Mindy could. Maybe you and Mindy, but I need you guys to go on a mission for me, if possible. If possible. If you're out there, Mario, I love you, man. I miss you guys a lot. I'll be honest. I miss you guys a lot. You guys became family. We hung out with you all the time. Like, it's weird not seeing you. God bless Mario and Mindy, man, my peoples. Mario joined the trading group. Then he sent an email, said, I want to take you out on a boat. Right? I said, cool, man. We should do that. And next, his wife was an amazing real estate agent. She found me my house in Florida. We became great friends. She became basically like an aunt to my children. She's an aunt. I consider her an aunt. She's at my house, I'd say 3 to 4 times a week. And when she hangs with us, she spends 2 to 3 hours. If she's at my house for 5 hours, she spends 3 or 4 of those hours, like, exclusively with my kids. Like, where else would you find someone so nice and special, man? I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. And it all came from the group. Because I put myself out there and met great people in the group, I got great people in my life now due to YouTube. So thank you to the Google algorithm. It's brought so many awesome people into my life. It's been amazing, man. We love you too, Sam. Working hard to bring a top-notch trading experience for the lifer community. God bless you, Mark, man. Thank you very much, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the dinners. And thank you for the love, man. I appreciate it. God bless you and your family. Hope everything's going well. So, yeah. So, really, just not a lot of action right now. We're waiting to see Bitcoin kind of bounce and start to do its thing. Let's take a look at the 1 minute 200 moving average. Where is that? We've lost the 1 minute 200 MA, which can be a sketchy moment. So, you want to get in when you cross the 200. And then when you get really far away, look, the shoulder had shoulder. There's bearish divergence. It all told you it was going to happen. Morning, lifer. Have a coin I'd like you to look at that just launched. Don't want to shill on your stream. How can I share it with you for a glance? You can just tell me what it is, I guess, and I'll look at it later. You know, you could write a comment on Twitter if you want. Too many people don't have an X account in my trading group. I'll put stuff on X and no one will like. You know, it's definitely something that everyone in the group would love, and it doesn't seem to get a lot of traction. So join X.com, everybody. It's the place to be. It's definitely a connected hotspot. I think you'll make more money being on X because you'll learn more about what's happening in the ecosystems. It's almost like a prerequisite. Mario and Mindy are awesome. I love them. They really are, Justin. They really, really are. High frequency people, 100%. I only stay around high frequency individuals. People that are giving, loving, doing something for somebody else, man. Unbelievable. Really, really the way to be. Okay. Join the 99 and post it 100%. AOIZ is the 100X in 2026. I think AOIZ can 100X in 2026. I know the founder of AOIZ, Serious Guy. I like to hear that. You know, I'm in AOIZ and my trader instinct tells me it's going to be a big coin. And you definitely should have a bag. I have a big bag of it. I actually have 2 bags of it. One on an exchange, one on my decentral exchange. I believe it could do some serious numbers. Yeah. That's so cool, Mark. Okay. Let's break it down again and get back into these altcoins, right? So I like Immutable X2 when it comes to gaming, and I still think gaming will have its run. I like Pancake Swap. It's strong. When Jupe gets back above 50 cents, we know we're ready to rock. Trump coin I've stayed away from now at this point. It's just not my cup of tea. No, I love, I'm just, I shouldn't even say that, I guess, because people take it however they want, but just the trading on it hasn't been amazing. TIA has been a horrible coin too, compared to most coins, or a horrible investment, like never really gets up, even when the market rips. Injective, we should be getting a move back to 20 at one point. Dog with hat, I wouldn't be surprised, stays, I keep that in the portfolio. But my real winners here, these 3 here, they're all together. I think these are a must-have in the portfolio. I really do. And I think Virtuals right now is a great buy because it's slumping. But it still has all its use case. And it's going to have AI agents coming out. And it's got good liquidity. So I could see more coming. So we've gone over the bullish scenario, right? But let's look at the bearish scenario right after we go over PONKE and Virtual. Those super chats that people have asked about. Thank you so much for the super chats, everybody. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be more attentive to them now, too. This is kind of more alt. The stream's 2 hours long every day, about an hour and 50 minutes, but 2 hours with the countdown. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., right? What is it? How is it consistent? What is the structure? We start off with Bitcoin immediately. Sometimes I'm in a Bitcoin trade. There's been streams where I've been trading Bitcoin the entire stream. I haven't even got to go to the altcoins, but that's rare. A regular stream as I stay on Bitcoin from about 10 to about 11, sometimes 11:15. Once we're really strong on where Bitcoin's going to go and we feel a really good connection with the, the way the TA is rocking, we then start looking at altcoins. And that's around 11:15, depending on Bitcoin. And then we run altcoins all the way until the end of the stream. But we also do Bitcoin while that's happening. You see what I'm saying? We jump back in and out of Bitcoin for you. Like while I'm doing an altcoin, we say, hey, we're at 107,000 still here on BOOKMAP. It's funny, BOOKMAP doesn't have that much liquidity. It's got some liquidity at 95,000. Could we go back to 95K? I'm open-minded that anything is possible. That's the thing. I'm not overly bearish or bullish. It took me years to get here, to get my mind to a place where I'm okay with whatever happens. I used to not be able to do that. I had to be kind of bullishly biased. It had to be. Now, in the long run, I'm bullishly biased in the bigger picture, right? Like, Bitcoin's going to do numbers over time. They keep printing money to zero. I've never seen a government not print money to zero. They've done it for thousands of years across multiple, multiple different societies. Like, they've done it. Oh, many cultures, many countries, different, governments, and they've still done it. So I suggest that they'll do it again here in America, unless something crazy changes. Look at the 786, a little bit further past, but on that 786. So PONKE either says yes or says no here. I mean, this is it. That is the most undervalued place to buy. You're buying discount all day long on PONKE. I own PONKE personally, so I'd love you to buy more of it. But again, it doesn't matter to me, but I do like PONKE. Watch those 3 day, 4 days. The bigger the chart, the more experience you need to handle it, the longer it'll take. I see PONKE doing numbers, going up 167% not too long from now. That's what it's telling me. The charts are starting to tell me something is brewing. I haven't posted PONKE in a while, right? Haven't posted a lot of altcoins heavily. This tells you something's going on. Something is brewing here in this market. So PONKE, and keep the super chats coming. Keep me going. I like this. I like the energy. 199, whatever it is. It's not really about the money. I just want the energy. And it's hard to see them throughout the big chat, Morning lifer, have a coin. Okay, occasional. Yeah, you're funny. Wish I could stick with a bias. You don't want to stick with a bias. You want to be kind of open-minded. Yeah. Bitcoin is Noah's monetary ark, 100%. Okay, thank you for showing me, Sam. God bless you. Anytime, my friend, anytime. Whale dumping, somebody says. I don't know. We're at 107.1. I don't know about whale dumping. I just watch the 1 hour timer. It's just people taking profits, man. We've been pumping for 20 hours straight. Like, you guys, come on. With a couple red candles here and there. FWOG. I think these things are high risk. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. It is in a cup and handle, falling wedge, and you're back at the bottom of the range, which would tell you you're in the discount and likely going back up to premium, but who knows? Shoulder, head, shoulder, you slumped a little bit. That's probably the lowest you can go. If you believe in this coin, it could probably do numbers. Last time we did give it here, and FWOG ripped to the upside out the cup and handle. Can it do it again? Let's see. I remember building the studio with you at your house when the window thing happened with the Escalade, and Mindy was even there helping move in. Great, she was, man. And she drove with me when the Escalade broke. So crazy, man. You came too. He's a lifer too. He showed up at my house and helped me build my studio. I trusted everyone that God sent me through my YouTube channel. Most people would be afraid to let these people in their homes. I knew that I was protected by God frequency. I knew that everyone God sent to me was amazing. It doesn't mean I wasn't strapped. It doesn't mean I don't, but I have faith that I didn't have negative energy around me because I don't attract negative energy. So you can't be around me if you have negative energy. It's not happening. I met a guy here in where I'm living now. I never met him in my life. Gave him the keys to my house, the code to my house. He was in and out. I had no stress. I knew he was a good person because God doesn't put bad people in my life. God doesn't let bad people get close to me anymore. It's unallowed. My frequency is too high that I'm going to notice if you're off, and I'm going to know not to have you around me. You're going to give off signs of low frequency that you don't even know you're giving off. I'm going to pick up on it. I'm going to know exactly what's happening. I'm telling you right now, when you're fine-tuned and fully tuned, man, you can see a lot of things before they happen. It doesn't mean you know it all, and you always have to be cautious. I don't want to ever get into that. I know it all, but you pick up on so much good energy, and you can feel when someone is out to get you and when someone's out to help you. XCN, once again, finding life. Interesting. But now you say you have to do a background checks before I meet a lifer. Yeah, I'd like to know who you are. Yeah, a little bit. I want to know your name. Yeah, but once I meet you, I get a vibe. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not saying I got to meet you first, see who you are. Yeah. I ran background checks. I just get your first and last name. Make sure you don't have 1,000 DUIs. You know what I mean? You didn't beat your wife last week. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure you don't got domestic. I want to know who I'm hanging out with, man. It's important to me. I'm looking down at CoinGlass buyers and sellers still there. Yeah. Lifer is Bitcoin only dumping because it's following the SPX right now. No, they both follow the massive money supply. All right. Think about it. Bitcoin pumped nicely. It was pumping nicely. You know, I told you to sell. I hope you did. I can't force you to do the right thing, but hey, I can teach you. And here we are, right? So you're tweaking down on that 7. If the 7 loses the 200 moving average, as long as the 7 stays above that 200, we don't have any real stress in these markets, to be honest. No stress at all. Just a falling wedge. You can actually see the head and shoulder kind of crammed in there. There's a shoulder. There's the head. There's the right shoulder. There's your neckline. And there's your move to the downside, right? Bang, bang, bang. Bitcoin to about 106,676. Okay. They just wrecked the longs. I don't know. I sold my longs, so I don't know what that means. Just deposit my 1K into 2-bit with your code. Is there a waiting period for my bonus? You might just have to make a trade. But thank you for doing that, man. That's awesome. God bless you, brother. I hope it works out for you. Let me know. I like to make sure every exchange is doing exactly what they're supposed to do and keeping it real, right? We want to make sure you're allowed around parks and animals. Exactly. We just want to make sure that, like, you're not, you know what I mean? Yeah. We want to make sure you're around parks and animals. I love you, Master Fred. You're the best, man. Dude, I heard you've been working out every day, man, and your wife called you hot? This is pretty cool, man. That's like, if you get big, you'll be a scary dude. Like, that tall and that jacked, I mean, that will be crazy, bro. Then you could be my personal bodyguard, man. I'll be like, yo, he's my trader buddy and my personal bodyguard. All right. Can we look at Swift Coin? Thanks for everything. We'll take a look. And AI16Z. So Bitcoin slumping now, which would be, hurting your altcoins. Not looking amazing. We knew to sell that local top. It was spiked quickly above that 200 moving average. All right. And we will always reassess the situation. And that's important. Look, we did lose the 200 on the 1 minute. That's a catalyst for downside movement. What happened? We dumped. If you open a short the second, and again, I don't short scalp every 5, but you can open a short right there when you close a candle below the 200. Two's the downside, right? The 3 minute really right here. And if the 3 minute can get back above the 200, like, this could be a great place for a long right here. Like, this is where I would long scalp BitTinex. I just got signed out of BitTinex. I have to sign back in with my phone. Let me see here with weeks, right? Another thing, my old laptop wasn't loading the exchanges as fast as they should on the live. I apologize for that. This thing is zooming. Look, I can go to the 15, the 5, and it doesn't matter. And I thought it was the sites, but it wasn't. It was the, like, I call it the psycho auto tuning, but So remove these drawings. Oh, do we have the 3? We only got the 3. Oh, there's the 3 minute. So cool. So look, this looks like we could get a bounce here. I love trading these. You look like a legend when you call these longs, too. Because everyone's in fear right now. I don't know why. They got people bugging out, man. They got the average person just bugging out. I told you there was no stress with that whole Iran. I'd never even stressed it, man. You guys saw me cool as a cucumber. I was like, because I've learned to control my reality and not let anybody else inside, man. This is my reality. They don't get to choose what happens in my reality. I choose what happens in this reality. Like, if I wanted to become a star in this reality, I became a star. That's it. There was no question. I didn't have to wait for someone else to give me a starring role. I made my own starring role. Done. All right? Check that off the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to listen to them and go by I don't have to go to Hollywood auditions and beg for a role. I make my own role, baby. I go on YouTube and make my own channel. Right? I follow my own rules, baby. Let's go. We don't listen to nobody, baby. Let's go. Just excited, man. Like, that I didn't follow everybody else's footsteps. I went my own way. What a blessing it is to go your own way. What a blessing. If this keeps disappearing on you, right click it. Go to the settings. Hit inputs. Scroll down. I think it's in style, actually. And hit always show stats. And it won't delete on you. Now, I'm not going to get in right now, but I like it. Could be a nice bounce here. Let's just take a look at the trade. 100,000, 148. BOOKMAP suggests that we could go higher, too. It suggests that that's happening. 106, 720. Now, let's see what we would be doing. 100 for 594. We already made almost, $1,500 today. So it's like, fine, I'll risk $100 for another 6. That's great. It's about not being greedy here, folks. I like this trade. I'm going to take the bounce off the 200 moving average on the 3-minute on weeks. Shout out to anyone trading weeks, man. One of the best customer services in the game. Look how I just moved that right in. There's my stop loss. There's my take profit. I'm below the 200 moving average. Look, we're already up $7. That's the fastest 774 you ever make in your life. Can I become the king of 3% and make $21 in the next, or $70? Could you look at FXS from Kurt? Let's take a look at FXS, frac shares. It's weird, that chart tends to just keep going up, and it looks like manipulated to me. Like, there's something weird about it. I can't place it. Let's take a look. Oh, it's been down now. Let's look at it on the daily, though. So last time I looked at it, I wanted to see it hold that 200 moving average on the daily. Likely that it wouldn't. Once the candle closed below the 200, you have to be out of those trades, because that tells you that it's sick. You know what I mean? You stay above the 200, you're good. You stay below, you're sick. So that trade would have been stopped out on a 10-1. I mean, I was just seeing if you could bounce. Very similar to this trade I just made here on weeks. Just seeing if you could get the bounce off that. Look, they're going to eat it alive there. I may have to take this one down. If they lose that 200 moving average, we're going to lose the trade, likely. I'd even be willing to bring the stop up there and only lose like $80. Because that thing should bounce off the yellow line. I've backtested this for years. I'd say 60% of the time you're going to win this trade. So, and it is a Wednesday with good liquidity, and I got a lot of volume above us. BOOKMAP suggesting we're going higher. So I got some, gutsy to call this trade out right now on my 200 moving average. If they lose it, they lose it. Come on, you got to bounce. A bunch of people are going to buy that right now and wick this right off the yellow line. It's very likely we're going to go boom, 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 boom. Come on, man. Show me the boom. Show me this pump off this 200. Show me how good I am at this. There's new people watching me. Don't make me look stupid. Come on. Let's pump all the way out of here. Give me legendary status on this trade. Don't slump it past that yellow line. Don't do it. Don't you do it. No. People are going to buy it. So many people should be buying right there. Bots love that area. A bot would eat this up. How could there be more sell pressure than buy pressure right here? It doesn't make sense, especially after the wicks. Come on now. This is my life. Oh, come on. Wick back above that yellow line. Come on now. Do what you're supposed to do. I've watched you for years. I've backtested this moment for like thousands of times. Over 600 times, you bounce the other way. Come on now. You got to start wicking right now. Oh, nope. Not happening. Not happening. Now we're below the 3-minute 200, which is another bearish sign. Oh. It's so close here. I'm still not out yet, though. Right? No emotions needed. I know exactly what I was willing to risk. I made good money today. I could risk that. I'm not stressed. I don't go risk the 1,800 I made for 18,000 though. See, I don't do that stupid stuff. End up going home with nothing. I make sure I go home with something today. I'm going to go home with a win. That's a guarantee. All right. Froze my account for 2 months now because I was winning. Got black. All right, email over nothing. That's changed no matter what. I don't even know what he's saying. Yeah. Everyone has a story. I don't know, man. I've had no issues, and I've traded on like 50, 60 different exchanges. I've never had an issue, like knock on wood. Thank the Lord. I guess I'm lucky. I don't know how it is. And that was before I was a YouTuber, when no one knew me. I'm not, yeah, you get carte blanche. You're the lifer. They don't do nothing to you. Yeah, I get it. But even back then, I had no issues when nobody knew me. Let's look at AI16Z and Swift Coin and see what's happening. Wow, the stream is flying by. 11:44 in the morning. How did that happen? I don't know, honestly. No clue. It just did, right? God bless everybody here on the stream. We love you. We care about you. And we thank you so much for being amazing. The Crypto Lifers, baby. The Crypto Lifers. So excited to be here with you all. So excited to be kicking it with the Lifers every single day. All right, I'm down $7. They left a piece of liquidity behind. Yeah, they want to go grab it. Pack their bags real quick, you know. So fractures, what would I say now for FXS? I didn't really finish. Well, it's like everything else. They're all in this head and shoulder pattern that would take it to a negative. So it doesn't make much sense. If we look at the Fibonacci, we're right at that 706. You know, right below that golden pocket. It has that cup and handle vibe. When you do the cup, you make the two sides, you pull the middle down. That's how you do it nice and fast. Otherwise, you'll be playing games with like how to set it up. That took me a couple weeks to get that down like that. Doing TA fast is not easy too. That's a trained skill. Having to actually be able to do someone's TA in under 2 minutes, very fast online, that's something that takes time. That's a skill, trained skill right here. Where, you know, I got my shortcuts in and out. So, wow, what a move here off the 706 Fibonacci. And then can you get all the way back to the 4.965? Wow, that would be the target. Says you can get there. I'm sketched out by alts, but that does tell you you're buying undervalued. It's ready to go, right? And I love having the mixer here too as well. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Gains on gains, baby. Who made gains with the Lifer in the trading group today? Put a 333 if you made gains with the Lifer. We love you, Sam. Working hard to bring the top. Shout out to Muck, man, with the $50 super chat. You didn't have to give, but you did. BitNX is good, though. I never had issue with them. Been with them longer. Yep. Exactly. Does Bitcoin still look good on the 5-minute time frame? Are we still in the trade? Or did we get stopped out yet? Wow, we actually might end up winning this puppy. Look how close we were to the stop. That's insanity. Look at that. Look at that. What if I call a reversal here? This falling wedge should break back to the upside right here. If we reverse, look, there's kind of a head and shoulder there. It's not easy to see. Shoulder, head, almost the right shoulder there. See, let's take a look at that on like the 1 minute. Yeah, that's an inverted head and shoulder on the 1 minute chart. You can see it now. I could see it on that 5, even though it was very sketchy. You can see it right there. I mean, that's an inverted head and shoulder. Looks like it's rolling over a bit, though. They may snipe me and pump me. I don't know. It looks like that was the snipe wick right there, though. If I didn't get hit off on that wick, there's a good chance that I'm going to be able to skate. That's an inverted head and shoulder right there that's about to rip to the upside. Hold on. I may have caught this. I may have caught the daily bottom like I do a lot. This is insane. This is fun, man. I love doing this. So look, we got this shoulder, we got this head, we got this right shoulder. This is also a Sammy cup and handy. As you can see, this is the cup and handle. This is the money printer. Master friend, he lives. Look, it's the 786 right there. It's very close to the 786 right there for a move to the upside. Also, I got to right click this, hit the settings bar, and you want to visibility, right? Or no, style. Yeah, that the label's got to be on the right. You can't use those. Wow, we did it, everybody. And we may win this one now. Beautiful inverted head and shoulder. That could be the entry right there. And that's gonna pump. 68% chance this is gonna start ripping here all the way to 107,277. Look, we're up 23. Oh, now we're in the trade. This could become an epic trade, everyone. An epic trade. It's a half a Bitcoin in the trade. It ain't small. Let's go. Can I become the king of 3%? I'm almost there now. 1.67. That's a beautiful trade. The Lifer, man. The legend on the 3-minute time frame. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Could we get the 3-minute reversal off the 200 moving average? Almost stopped me out on a wick. They were seconds away from getting me. Look at the 786 fib. It was right there. Oh my gosh. Bang, bang, bang. Print to go. Brrr. Bear still around. Go careful. Remember, we're all one family. We recruit Master Friend to help all the lifers. All right? May God bless you all. Thank you, everybody in here. That thing is mooning now. And we just got a reversal on the 3-minute 200 moving average. Back to the upside. Look, I'm the king of 3%. Yeah! Nobody makes 3% more than the lifer. Already made like almost 1,500 a day, and we're bouncing back up. 3.33, baby. I showed you how we do it with them green candle banging. And I waited and waited for the perfect time to enter, right? The chart was... I calmly, coolly, and collectedly showed you why I would get in here. And again, maybe this isn't sustainable. We don't know. It's just a pump right now. I don't want to, get too excited here. But, man, this is awesome. God bless everybody here on the live. You got to love it, man. And everybody, I think there's, I get judged a lot because I get watched a lot. But remember, man, I stay humble, I'm constantly feeding people around the world. I spend my money on others. I never think I'm a big shot. I know I'm just like everybody else. I stay humble. I lost my mom and dad. I'm still struggling with all that. I'm not perfect. What I will do is I'll show up every single day and give you guys everything I have. And if I got that, if I can see that there's going to be a pump, I'm going to help you. Given the recent turbulence in the cryptocurrency market, relying solely on bullish trends is no longer a reliable strategy. Instead, emerging in strategic day trading under the mentorship of a coach. Hey, thank you for saying that. I guess you're trying to sell my services. It sounds great. You work hard. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I see virtuals in a really good spot here at that 0.5 fib. It may come lower to the 0.618. Maybe a limit order down at 123. But I wouldn't be surprised if this thing starts to head back to its all-time high sooner than later. Beautiful pump off 50. It made a 5x back to 258. Now it's still up a 3x from the what I call the bear market lows. I don't know what we call that. I guess it was a bear market in the alts from January of 2025 all the way to April. 4-month bear market. If it starts pumping when you stream it, love the stream. Much love. Respect. Love you, bro. Shout out to Limitless 618. Thank you. We all know you work very hard, Sam. Thank you, Grandpa. I love you, man. Easy, Grandpa. It's a family show. You guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. One more feather in your cap. Hey, maybe we could do it. Maybe we can. It all depends, right? Just to crack, again, this may end up slumping on me and I may lose the trade. You never know. You never know. One step at a time, one moment at a time. But I am using probabilities that I've back tested for years. So I'm not just doing something because I feel like it. I'm doing it because again, a futures and stocks trading platform that displays market liquidity. Check what the candlesticks are hiding. And if you want to jump into 2-bit, I just want to make that clear again. If you want to jump on into 2-bit, we do got a link to 2-bit. All right. Jump on in today to get that bonus. They're giving one of the biggest bonuses ever. So even if you just use it for the bonus and move on, hey, right, bro, everything is super clean. Thank you. Your levers are perfect now. It's like you're at your Florida house. No, I do. I have everything. I have the real mixer, man. I did it. Everyone, I shipped a mixer, a professional mixer this time. I'm not playing games anymore, man. I'm not doing it. I shipped this thing. I got a beautiful curved monitor. We're ready to rock here, everybody. The Lifer, man. Lifer Studios. You know how much money I've made with this mouse? Dude, can you believe how much money we make with this? Just this. I could make millions of dollars with this. This is crazy, right? I don't need tools. I don't need nothing. I don't need a truck. This mouse. Imagine how you can use your mind and the internet to game the system in a way that just, oh my gosh. Thank you, the Lord, for the opportunity in which I've been given. It's just a blessing. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. I cry gratitude every night. I have a YouTube channel, everyone. I'm a regular guy just like you guys. I'm a middle-class kid that dreamed of having something bigger than I had. I'm so grateful. So great. I try to guys tell you guys every day how grateful I am every single day. I don't know if it goes through. And people see the money in the suits and they think they get in my head. They think I'm some, But man, I'm the same dude I always was. I never changed. I ain't never gonna change. I'll sleep outside in the tent tonight, happy as a clam,
3 minutes.
I'm never going to change. Did I change when I got rich?
No.
Huh?
No.
I love you.
But you change every morning for the show. So I don't know.
I love you, BB.
I love you. You gotta get summer.
All right, thank you. You're the best thing in my life, babe.
I think so.
You gave me my gems, my kids, God and my wife. Just blessings on blessings, everybody. So all the altcoins are the lowest they've ever been. They're like bear market lows. This is crazy to see. Again, if you can handle the storm, then the pumps will come. They will pump faster than you believe. When the pump happens, they boom. It's just like 25, 30% a day. You know what I mean? It happens before you would ever know. Put up some surround mirrors? What? That sounds a little... BB. Tears bring cancer-killing endorphins. Hey, I'm going to cry myself to sleep every night. I cry tears of joy, everybody. My tears come from a place of struggle. I was alone. I was depressed. Where I never thought I'd have these things that I have now. I thought I'd have my parents when I got them, though. I didn't know I was going to lose my mom and dad. On my way to the top, baby. But I guess that was my story. That was my struggle. That's my book. And I guess I got to read that narrative. That's just the way it went. You know? I miss my mom. I love you, Irene. I love you, Jimmy. I miss my mom and dad. I got to get that little thing that I put out on my screen. I forgot. That comes from Sean. You got to send me the little dove. I don't know where it is. I got to recreate the dove, Sean, for my mom and dad. God bless you, inner circle. Yeah, God bless you. Say, didn't say I'm love. You back. Wifer has spoken. God bless you, bro. Yeah. Let's take a look at FW. So this just has to balance. Either you're buying the absolute bottom and you're taking a shot, or you're not. You know what I mean? This is, at this point, you have to have conviction in what you're buying. If you think it's a good product and it's got good team and it's going to stay around, then you get in at the lows. But if you don't have conviction, you're going to be able, you're going to sell the lows. You're going to sell any losses because, yeah. Sam, I love you so much. You're such an inspiration to us all. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's look at I want to get through every super chat. I don't want anyone to feel like they were left out. I don't want anyone to feel like they were left out. People, if you ever send a super chat, no one answers it. It's happened to me on the YouTube channel, and it feels kind of whack. It's like, oh, you're so important that you don't have to answer me? I get it, you know? So I remember that, and I want to make sure that we answer everybody's super chat here and take it seriously. We will go over them again and make sure the list is correct, and we'll shout you all out as well. Swift looks like it could pump all the way to about 0.23599. That's the key level that I'm looking at here for Swift. So it's in a cup and handle, just like everything else. And if you pull the fib, it's probably at that 786 fib, which it is. I mean, that would be a perfect time to enter right now. But you got to make it, you got to make it, you got to believe in that. Ooh, it looks like we slumped. 27. This may not play out here. I'm not in love. Remember, I'm just watching to see if that 1 minute can make it. We lose this 200 MA on the 3 minute time frame. There's some more downside for sure. So we just want to see this 15-minute bounce. See how it's got a little green candle? We want to see a tweezer bottom on the 1 hour. Everything's kind of going pretty well right now. The entry I made still may hold, actually, to be honest, because the way the 15-minute is looking, let's take a look at the 15-minute here. We'll pull a fib here. I believe that's your 786 fib right there. Yeah, that's a wick right to the 786. You would expect to bounce here back to the upside. All right. Let's take a look at that live chat and see how everybody's doing. Yeah, I've sent super chats. You got lame, half interested answers. That's almost worse than no answer. 100%. I feel you, Papa Flash. But hey, at least you got an answer. Kurt Shore, we looked at FXS. We looked at Swiftcoin for free. Thank you, Fry, for depositing into 2-bit. That's awesome, man. Hope you do well on those trades. Morning Lifer, have a coin that you like me to look at? You could maybe just write it on one of my Twitter posts. Just say, hey, here's a coin. What's going on? Thank you. Virtuals. It's just slumping down. We went over chapter court. You're the best, Sam. Please check PONKE. We did that from Hilden R. And Guillermo Muck, my man Muck from BTC.C. God bless you, brother. And when you look at Link on the micro, we looked at Link. I don't know about the micro, though. Can BOOKMAP be trusted if... we talked about that already because I show it every day and it plays out. Please check music volume, sir. Thank you. The volume was off at the beginning of the stream. And we won't have that ever again because we're ready to rock. I know exactly what happened and it won't ever happen again. All right? Not in that way. There may be some other issue, but, Everybody, I love you. I thank you. And I appreciate you. We're back above 107,000. Looks like I may have caught the entry on the reversal here. That could be our daily bottom. I do a pretty good job of finding it every single day. Remember, this bounces. Keep this on, right? Watch your 5 minute, your 15, and your 7. All right, your 7 and your 15 and your 1. And your 1 hour. This is going to be your key to today. I'm going to have this up. I'm expecting a bounce now back to the top of the channel, all the way back to 107.8. And remember, BOOKMAP has all the long liquidities. All the shorts are going to get liquidated at 108.9. It's very likely we're going to this red line. That's the most likely scenario. So remember that. Everybody, I got to jump on out of here. Pick up my daughter. I'm late now. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the flip side. And remember, the secret to success is getting started. You got to start. Every single successful person started somewhere. The secret to success is getting started. As blue as my eyes, as blue as my tie. That's the facts. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay blessed.